asked, why, in your opinion, are black students still being left behind?
There are a number of reasons. Um, still have, because we still have that institutional racism that we deal with in the schools, where not all teachers have the same high expectations for the kids. We have a lot of kids that are coming into school not quite prepared. Reading to your kids, it's fundamental in their early years. We have a lot of students that have come into kindergarten and their vocabulary does not match that of their counterpart because they spend their time playing video games and watching TV. Even if you let them watch TV, put on some educational stuff that they can do. So a lot of it stems in the home as well, where kids are not demanded to do their homework, where parents are not checking in with their children to figure out what you are learning. How was school today? What did you do? Those are the things that we need to start encouraging our black parents to do. Those things happen on a daily basis in white homes. Not all white homes, but the affluent white homes. They provide the opportunities for communication. They show an interest in what their kids are learning. And as the kids tell you what they're learning, it solidifies their own learning as they repeat it. And so we need to become more involved in our kids' life. We need to demand more of them. I remember when my eldest was in high school and I was a parent volunteer, I would call to say, your son is in danger or your daughter is in danger of failing. And the parent would say, well, he has a D. A D is a passing grade. No, if there's nothing wrong with that child, a D is not a passing grade. We need to demand more in our homes and set the expectation for our students.
Sorry, Beverly. I was trying to understand a question in the chat room. Anyway, hopefully they will clarify later. Give us an example of where you had to deal with a student with a difficult issue and how you resolved it.
Which one? So typical day, they will come in with a referral from the classroom. They may have, at my school, we have what is known as best practices. Because I used to get so many referrals, Johnny's chewing gum and he's not listening, so they kick him out of the classroom. So we had to retrain our staff. Okay, if this doesn't work, then you do this. If this, then. And so they come in, and depending on what they're sent to the office for will determine what discipline I administer. With some of the policies that we have in schools, when I was in the classroom, a student could have been suspended for being defiant and disrespectful to their teacher. In grades K through 3, that's no longer the case. So when you get to the upper grades, you first give them a detention, and then if they do it the second or the third time, then you do a 1-day suspension. But if you send a kid home and they're watching video games and they're playing, then you haven't changed that behavior. And when you deal with difficult children, the purpose is to change their behavior so that they can be better in their classroom. Because once their little butts are seated in that instruction, they're going to get something. So that's my goal, to change the behavior. So I try as best as possible not to suspend too much. I may send them to another classroom if they're having difficulty within their own classroom. So I'll ask the teacher to send me some work Sometimes I have them sit in my office and complete their assignments. Um, so it just depends on what they have done will determine how I deal with that student. But my goal is to keep them in school because in school, that's where the learning takes place.
In the chat room, AB has finally clarified. You'd spoken about the differences and experiences with black and white kids, and they're interested in learning the experiences and differences with Latino kids.
Kids are kids. It depends. So it doesn't depend on the color. All kids do. So in every race, you have kids that are going to act up. The Hispanic kids are just as aggravating some days as the black kids, and so are the white kids. So kids are kids, and you have difference in more parent involvement with the Hispanic kids. Those mothers volunteer all the time. Most of them are home. So if there's a problem, they come down to the school in a heartbeat. And I think that's the difference because they know that when they mess up, mom will be there. That isn't always the case for the African American kid.
Describe what you consider as one of your greatest assets as an administrator.
The ability to be compassionate and to see beyond the behavior to the potential of the student. I don't write too many kids off. And so I keep working with them. I'm sympathetic because I know some of the homes that they're coming from. And so I think my heart of compassion, my ability to see beyond the circumstance and to give these kids some hope, I would say is one of my greatest assets.
If you could eavesdrop your mom telling a stranger about you, what do you think she would be saying?
I never envisioned this. I was one of those kids at school that I deal with on a daily basis. So she probably would say payback is a beyond.
Oh, oh gosh. Looking back,
I remember getting licks every night because the road lights are on and I am not home to do my homework. So I do understand. I guess that's why I'm so compassionate towards these kids.
oh gosh, experience is the greatest teacher, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Looking back on your career, what will you change in terms of education experience if you had to change anything?
I don't think I would change much. Like I said before, coming into education early in life, I probably would not have been as successful as I am currently. Um, the more I went to school, the more knowledge I gained, which is an asset. So I have a lot of strategies in my toolbox. I can pull a paper, I can look at someone's research and figure out, okay, they did this XYZ, so I can do that. So I don't think I would change much. I enjoyed the years being a stay-at-home mom, and I enjoyed coming into life and my career finding me because I think education found me. It wasn't my forte, but with the same passion, I didn't like it. It's with the same passion, I do it, and I enjoy immensely what I do every day.
I want to switch things up a little bit. It's a hot day, and you have your favorite drink in your hand. You're with your favorite book, and you're listening to your favorite music. What book will you be reading? What will this drink be? And what music will you be listening to?
Probably jazz or soca.
Uh-huh.
I'm West Indian, and I love to gyrate myself, as my mom would say. Um, I like self-help books. And so anything that gives me a perspective. anything that deals with building marriages. I have been blessed to, I met my husband at 17 and we have been in love ever since. So anything that keeps this love alive, I like to read about how to make myself better spiritually. How to um, just to be a better person. So anything that's self-help, I kind of like that. Um, a drink that would be given probably a Long Island iced tea, if I'm to be honest. I'm relaxing. I'm relaxing. I'm reading, but anything in particular. But if it were my drink of choice, I'll probably have a Long Island iced tea, listening to some soca and just reading a good book.
Finish the sentence for us. I look forward to Sunday evenings too.
Relax. In my home, Sunday evening is a relaxation. It's quality time with my husband. It's getting my mindset for the week ahead. So Sunday evenings would be my final goodbye to the weekend and preparing to get my game face on for the week.
What are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family. They've been my greatest support. My husband has been my rock. Um, I'm thankful for my marriage. I'm thankful for my kids. Not many families can say that in the same year, um, a doctorate, a master's, a bachelor's, and a high school diploma is accomplished in the same year and in the same month. So I'm thankful for the life that we've built. I'm thankful for my kids. And I have a great group of friends and family. It's so life in general, God has been good, and I am so grateful for the path. Sometimes it hasn't been easy. The road's been rough a couple of times, but overall, life has been really good. And I think it's all about outlook. So I'm thankful that I can see the glass half full and not half empty on days when it is half empty.
When are you most happy?
I am most happy when I'm just sitting, chilling on the couch, wrapped in my husband's arms.
And what are you most proud of?
I am proud of my kids and their success, and when I see them take their place in life and becoming um, men of valor, and my daughter, a great young woman, despite the mistakes that I may have made in parenting them, when I see them grow up into be adults that are doing what they're supposed to be doing, they make me so happy. I'm a proud mama.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Beverly, stop being so disgusting. Education, education is important, and stop giving your mother grief.
Beverly, what makes you laugh out loud?
That just did.
Oh, oh my gosh.
That's a good joke. I laugh with all that's within me. People watching, it's funny. So anything entertaining. I like to be entertained.
Beverly, thank you so much, so very much for sharing your time with us and allowing me to go to allowing me to go into your timeline and explore your life's journey. I really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, and thank you for having me on.
You're quite welcome. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in once again. This is Selwyn saying good night, and fear not what fear whispers to you, fear your obedience to it. Good night. Good night, Beverly.
Throughout the week, I met phenomenal people from the stage, which was amazing. They taught me so many new things, and I learned great dance steps. It was a pleasure being here for the week and meeting all these wonderful people. And they had so much to share with us, and then we went well with everything they taught us. And in Miss Halima's class and other classes, I will keep things in my head to carry me further in whatever I want to do, with the words of encouragement they gave me throughout the week.
I just want to say it was a great experience. Like, I had lots of fun with all my teachers, and I learned a lot of lessons that I will carry with me throughout whatever career I choose. It was just like an amazing experience, and I had a lot of fun.
Art Six Live!
Many people have summer camps, but there are very, very few people that do a summer dance camp and take it into the community. And that's, to me, what also makes this organization different from the rest, is that the work is for that dancer who already has the passion, but then it's also for the kid who might not know yet that they have the passion.
I think that art is the bridge to get young people from one place to another. Because most people will tell you, including me, that even if you aren't looking to be a professional artist for the rest of your life, having the opportunity to express yourself and be creative